Welcome to AviatorDB News Briefing. Today is Sunday, July 19th, 2026. Here are today's top stories. Runway excursion, airport closure Spur, new Wet-Runway safety bulletin. United Airlines denies free rebooking policy for Trump-renamed airport. NTSB preliminary report, fatal LaGuardia runway collision Spurs NYC safety review. Airlines warn permanent DST would take up to 2 years to implement. Now for the details. Aviation authorities on July 18th issued a runway safety bulletin calling for more conservative landing performance calculations on wet surfaces and more precise braking action reporting. The guidance targets the critical link between accurate runway condition codes and an aircraft's ability to stop within available runway length during heavy rainfall events. The bulletin follows a July 17th runway excursion involving a regional jet that forced the temporary closure of a primary runway at a major commercial airport, triggering network-wide delays. The incident remains under review, but the new guidance aligns with long-standing NTSB pressure on the FAA to refine the Runway Condition Assessment Matrix, RCAM. The NTSB has previously warned that RCAM-based landing distance calculations may underestimate stopping requirements as rainfall intensity increases and braking friction declines with rising water depth. Industry experts say the bulletin directs flight crews to apply a more conservative bias when interpreting runway condition codes, a trend accelerated by a series of high-profile runway incidents, including a fatal collision at LaGuardia in March 2026 that has kept runway safety under intense national scrutiny. Operators are encouraged to review updated regional jet performance data and consult the affected airport's surface condition reporting protocols for compliance guidance. United Airlines has officially denied implementing a policy allowing passengers free ticket swaps to avoid the newly renamed President Donald J. Trump International Airport, DJT, in West Palm Beach, FLA. The denial came after an internal memo leaked, appearing to instruct reservation agents to offer even exchanges to alternative airports for customers objecting to the airport's new branding. According to reports from Fox Business and CBS 12, the memo directed staff to use their empowerment to offer alternatives, including Miami International Airport, MIA, or Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport, FLL, without charging fare differences. The guidance reportedly included a suggested script for agents. "I understand that you'd rather not fly to this airport anymore." In a statement to media, United called the internal message poorly worded and not accurate. A company spokesperson clarified that while passengers may change tickets without fees under various qualifying circumstances, our policy doesn't allow for changes because of an airport's name or 3-letter code. The controversy coincides with Palm Beach International Airport's ongoing rebranding to DJT, a transition expected to be fully completed by August 18, 2026. Industry observers note that gate agents and reservation staff routinely retain discretionary authority to assist customers under broader flexible change frameworks, leaving some ambiguity about how the policy is applied in practice. The National Transportation Safety Board on July 18th released its preliminary report into a fatal runway collision at New York's LaGuardia Airport, outlining early findings on air traffic control clearances and ground vehicle movements. The report identifies a layered systems failure, noting that conflicting ATC clearances and the absence of a transponder on an emergency vehicle contributed to the accident. According to the NTSB, surface detection systems failed to alert operators, and both the flight crew and the vehicle driver attempted last-second evasive maneuvers before impact. The investigation, designated NTSB Event DCA 26MA161, stems from a March 22, 2026 incident in which a Jazz Aviation LP Bombardier CRJ 900, operating as Air Canada Flight 8646, collided with a Port Authority firefighting vehicle during landing at LaGuardia. Both pilots were killed and several others were injured. A final determination of probable cause is expected within 12 to 24 months. The release of these findings has renewed focus on runway safety across the New York metro region. The NTSB has investigated multiple high-profile incursions in the area in recent years, including a January 2023 near collision between American Airlines and Delta aircraft at JFK and an April 2024 event at JFK involving a Swiss International Airlines Airbus A330. Those cases, combined with the LaGuardia collision, underscore recurring concerns about cockpit distractions, ATC coordination, and the maturity of ground surveillance technology at major metropolitan airports, including JFK Airport runway and taxiway information. U.S. airlines and aviation trade groups are warning that a move to permanent daylight saving time, DST, would not be a simple clock adjustment, but a major operational overhaul that could significantly disrupt flight schedules and international connectivity. Airlines for America, A4A, which represents the nation's major carriers, says such a shift would have considerable implications for aviation, citing risks to passenger stability, crew and aircraft positioning, and domestic and international network synchronization. Industry officials estimate that fully reconfiguring complex scheduling systems could take between 6 and 24 months. The transition would require a complete rebuild of timetables to align with new time standards, while simultaneously managing international connections with countries that may not adopt similar policies. Those changes would ripple through critical operational windows, including crew duty time limits, overnight maintenance schedules, and noise-sensitive airport curfew regimes. Beyond immediate scheduling shifts, the industry points to the technical challenge of updating reservation systems, flight planning software, and crew management platforms. Even routine semi-annual DST transitions add measurable complexity to U.S.-bound operations, underscoring the volatility that a permanent structural change would introduce to a global system built around Coordinated Universal Time, UTC. That's all we have for today. You can get the latest aviation news at aviatordb.com.